Hello, my name is Nathan O'Regan and you're watching Music News.
Nathan O'Regan, great to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you doing?
Played very well. Played a great set here at the Gibson Garage for Zenith Cafe, your label. How did it feel for you?
It felt good, man. Yeah, it's always like a slightly different vibe doing showcases. I always find, because it's sort of like a room of all the people you're trying to meet a lot of the time, really. So it's kind of feels a bit like extra pressure, you know. But no, it felt really nice. Everybody was very respectful, and was very, very nice chatting after the few folks. So
it sounded great. And I mean, Zenith as a label, then you would highly recommend them?
Oh, absolutely, A-star. Yeah. No, they're brilliant to work with. Honestly, yeah, it's super DIY. You know, they're really, really fun. It all feels very, very hands-on. Working with them, which I really enjoy. We all do a lot of problem solving together. And they're just super, they're very generous people, and they're with their time, and it's kind of nice being on a label that doesn't have a massive roster as well, because it means that everyone's super accessible, and got a really good network of people to do with the label in Belfast as well. So there's there's like a little community of us now, which feels really nice, cool thing to be part of, for sure.
Where are you based now?
So I live in Belfast, or just outside Belfast. I'm from Cork originally, but been living there for the last 12 years or so.
Excellent. And just off tour recently with Lucy Spraggan?
Yeah. I just got off it there not so long ago. It was great. Really, really enjoyed it. Lucy's fans are some of the most dedicated and loyal bunch of people I've met. It's the first time I've ever done a run of gigs where I routinely was bumping into the same people 4 or 5 times on the tour. They just couldn't get enough. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, shows were great. It was nice to have that many nights in a row, to figure out, because I obviously the album's coming out this year, and I'm hoping to be doing a lot more that support slot stuff. So it was nice to get a good solid run where I could figure out a bit of storytelling and a bit of what the set should look like, because it's different when you do it on your own compared to if you have people playing with you or whatever. But yeah, and she's lovely. She's really, really, and all her team are really cool, and it was just really enjoyable. It's just nice to get out playing for people, you know. Sometimes you do some of those support slot things, and it's just a bit of a gamble. You don't really know, playing for somebody else's audience, if they're going to enjoy you or anything like that. But
nick a few fans?
I nicked a few, I think. Yeah. Definitely sold a few tickets for September as well, which was nice.
You got your own run of shows. Is that sort of leading up to the album launch?
Yeah. So the album's out. The album's called Olive Branch, and it's going to be out on the 18th of September, and then the tour starts on the 23rd of September.
Yeah.
And we're going to London, Bristol, Brighton, Liverpool, Leeds, Nottingham, Manchester. I feel like I'm forgetting somewhere. I should have this in front of me. Really, I was ambushed.
That's going to be fun. And what can we expect from the album?
It's quite a diverse array of songs, really. I mean, the first song that came out in March was called Killer. That's pretty balls to the wall, sort of full band vibe. It's a lot of fun. And then there's a lot of songs about the last couple of years of my life, about becoming a dad, or there's a couple of things touch on living so far away from, because I'm from Cork originally, so I live 5 hours away from my family. So there's a couple of songs that touch on that. It was a lot of fun to record. We did it up in Donegal. We recorded it all live. And it's just I've been working on an album for it feels because I was signed to another label whenever I was a kid as well, and so in my brain I feel I've been working on my debut album for it's now over half my life is sort of that.
You probably have.
It's been at the forefront the whole time of I'm working towards this milestone, so it's nice to be at it now, and it feels it came at the right time too. I think the songs feel like the strongest that they probably had. Like it's definitely the strongest group of songs that I've been working with. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I can't wait for people to hear it. The next tune's out on the 14th of May, called Better Days. That was about just like whenever we wrote that about whenever I found out that we were going to be becoming parents for the first time, and we were living in this really tiny house, and my partner Margaret was just panicking about kind of where we were living and all that sort of stuff. So it's just lots of lots of those sort of themes, kind of family vibes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm really bad at answering that question. I should get better at it.
Downstairs, that's for sure. I mean, what is your songwriting process like?
It depends. I mean, a lot of the songs on the record are co-writes, which I really enjoy doing. I've written a lot with Gareth for this record. Gareth was a co-producer on the album as well, actually. Just depends, really. I mean, I kind of, it depends on the day. There's days where like, it's interesting writing for an album because like you kind of become aware of like, right, well, I have a lot of songs that kind of feel like they're taking, kind of a ballady, slow ballad box, and then you start kind of going like, right, well, I need something that's going to like kind of balance it out a little bit and kind of maybe add a bit of tempo in places. So sometimes you might kind of start that from that place of just kind of going like, well, actively we're trying to write something like a bit tempo-y. I like sometimes to just write down. I listen to like lots of like podcasts, like audiobooks and that sort of stuff, and if there's like a little turn of phrase or something that somebody maybe uses, I always like to try and like keep a note of things like that might just pop into my head at the time. And then just I don't really know how to describe it. I guess I don't write an awful lot, but I try and be very like I wouldn't call myself like a prolific songwriter, but I try and like pick like when I settle on a topic, or I guess is what I'm saying, I just try and make sure that I'm really happy with like that I've got like a unique like angle on it. Yeah. Like, so an example of that being Baby Steps on the record. I wrote about like becoming a dad, and then I told that story on the Lucy Spraggan tour, and somebody came up to me after and they're like, oh, well, you've had another son now, you're gonna have to write another song for him, and in my head I was like, but I feel like I've done that now. Like I wrote my Becoming a Father song. So it's like, and it's like stuff, just like that. I don't have any what would you say? There's not like one really way that I do it. Sometimes it starts on the guitar, sometimes it's like comes from a notepad or something, and kind of just flesh it out. But co-writing's great because it's just like it's somebody to bounce off, and it's somebody to kind of excite each other with things, and it kind of takes the kind of solitary nature of songwriting out of it a lot of the time. And collaboration is like the most fun part about being a musician too, I think. So I enjoy that probably more than writing on my own a lot of the time. But
Yeah, great. Who are your heroes then? Who do you look up to?
It's all stuff that my dad would listen to. So it's all like, the people that I listen to the most would be like Jackson Browne, Billy Joel. Mark Cohn would be like my biggest sort of, he'd be like he's my guy. He's my favourite now, I would say. And then like James Taylor, went through like a John Mayer phase for a long time. Norah Jones, Springsteen. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's like more up to date stuff. I mean, I love like Sam Fender. I think is incredible. There's a band I'm obsessed with at the minute called The Improvement Movement. Have you heard of them?
Sounds familiar.
They're really good. You should check them out. Really enjoying them. They're kind of like a kind of Crosby, Stills and Nash sort of thing going on, which is awesome. I love them too. But then I love like old like rock too. Like whenever I got a guitar, I wanted to be like like we all want to be rock stars, and like I used to listen to loads of like Tin Lizzy, and I actually taught myself to play guitar listening to Green Day when I was a kid. Yeah, that was kind of how I learned the guitar. So yeah, it's quite diverse, but like my heroes songwriting ways for sure would probably be like more Billy Joel, kind of Jackson Browne, that sort of, those kind of storytelling people. I'm always drawn to people I think that like don't rely on like showing off or anything. It's just like you almost feel like you forget you're being sung to. They're just really good at like drawing you in with details and that sort of. So yeah, that's what I aspire to for sure.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time. For someone that hasn't sort of heard of you yet, what songs would you say check these three out online? These sort of sum me up as an artist.
I'm trying to think of what's out right now. I mean, Killer is the most recent one that was out, and then Better Days is the one that's coming out next. They're both from the album, so I suppose they're probably the best kind of version of me right now. There's another tune called like Never Before online, which I really like. It's probably maybe like 5 or 6 years old now, but it has a bit more like a Springsteen-y sort of angle on it, but I really love that too. I don't know, I just love playing live. Probably YouTube might be a better place to go and check it out too in a lot of ways too. There's a really cool version. I brought out an EP last year of I wanted before I did my album, I had always had this idea, that I wanted to do an EP of covering my friends' songs. And I did one of Gareth's actually, and there's a really cool cover of it on YouTube, on my YouTube as well, and there's a great version of it on Spotify as well. Just check it all out. You should listen to all of it. That is my recommendation.
Thanks a lot for your time.
No worries,
pleasure, mate. And great set. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks man, good to speak to you.
Cheers.
Woohoo.